Is a projector really a replacement for a TV in 2024? Let's take a look at that today. A projector could be a good option for you if 1. You can control the lighting in your room. Projectors work best in dark conditions and bright rooms can diminish the image quality significantly. 2. Now, if you need a large display beyond what current TVs can support, then a projector is a good option. TVs can become quite bulky and expensive as the sizes go up. Projectors can easily create displays of 250 inches and above. And 3, if you do not need to watch very fast-paced sports or games. Most projectors support only 60 Hz refresh rates. For a large display, this causes motion blur in very fast-paced scenes. In short, projectors can replace TVs for very specific use cases. In dark environments, they are not the best choice in very bright environments or rooms with ambient lights. Now, with that out of the way, let's discuss the key things to consider when buying a projector. Let's start with the aspects that determine the picture quality. First up, let's talk about the size. Like we discussed earlier, TVs are limited in how big they can get. So if you prefer a big cinematic experience, a projector is the way to go. For larger sizes, you can choose to project directly on the wall, or for a better experience, you can purchase a projector screen to mount on the wall or on the ceiling. 100 to 120 inches is the most common projection size in a home scenario. For reference, this is a 65-inch TV. Imagine 4 such TVs placed in a rectangle that is only slightly bigger than a 120-inch projection, which is huge. Now, except for the LG Cinebeam and the Samsung Freestyle models that we've compared that support a maximum size of about 100 inches, all other projectors compared support over 120 inches in size. Now remember, this is the diagonal size, not the width. In addition to the display size, your choice of projector will also depend on the distance you can keep the projector from the wall that you're projecting on. In general, some projectors publish a throw ratio, which shows how far the projector needs to be placed for the size that you want to project. Smaller the throw ratio, closer it can be to the wall that you're projecting on. And they are generally more expensive as well. Most of the projectors we have compared are short throw projectors, which work typically in small to medium sized rooms. Next, let's talk about the resolution. Most projectors currently available in India have a 1080p resolution with a support of 4K resolution. Now, what does this mean? If the input content is 4K, the projector will compress the image to match the native resolution of 1080p. If the input content is 720p, which is rare these days except for very old content, then the projector will expand the content to match the native resolution of 1080p. Even though most projectors have a native resolution of 1080p, they can still deliver a great viewing experience. For most home use, a 1080p native resolution is good enough, but for high-end home theater setups, a 4K projector would obviously be better. Only the LG Cinebeam Q and the XGIMI Horizon Ultra are 4K projectors, the rest are 1080p projectors. In combination with the resolution, brightness and contrast are the two most important aspects. One area where projectors struggle is the brightness, especially in rooms with a lot of natural light. If you do plan to watch during the day or in a well-lit room, a TV may be a better option for you unless you want to darken your room every time that you would like to watch content. So if you use the projector in rooms with ambient light, select a projector with higher lumens. Generally, ANSI lumens is a better measure, but most brands do not publish that. Amongst the projectors compared, most low-cost projectors have less than 600 ANSI lumens, so work best only in completely dark rooms. Higher cost projectors work in moderate to high ambient light. Now, a related aspect that determines the picture quality is the contrast ratio. Higher contrast ratios provide better depth, especially in darker scenes. Amongst the projectors compared, the Samsung Freestyle and the LG Cinebeam Q projectors have the best contrast ratios. Next is the refresh rate, which determines how well fast-moving scenes are displayed on the screen. Refresh rates of 60 Hz are sufficient for casual viewing of shows and movies. Higher refresh rates, upwards of 120 Hz, are better for sports or action-packed games. Slower refresh rates for fast-moving scenes can cause a motion blur. All projectors compared have a refresh rate of 60 Hz. So while you can watch sports and play games with a projector, the experience can be subpar compared to a TV, especially when you're viewing it from a short distance. And lastly, when your projector is not aligned to the display screen or the wall, A keystone correction helps to adjust the image, ensuring a rectangular display. All the projectors these days have this capability, so nothing differentiated here. Next thing to consider is the usability. Most projectors these days support built-in apps for Netflix, YouTube and so on. So it minimizes the need to connect a streaming stick. On the screen you see projectors that do and do not support built-in apps. Most projectors do support Wi-Fi and Bluetooth that are essential for wireless streaming, mirroring from your smartphone and connecting your external speakers wirelessly. The projectors that you see on the screen do not support them, and therefore you will need an extra streaming stick if you do want to stream content using the projector. HDMI and USB connectivity is available in the projectors you see on the screen for connecting your media players or laptops with a cable. You can also connect your soundbars using these ports. But in general, having Wi-Fi and Bluetooth with built-in apps is sufficient for most users. Next, let's talk about portability. Projectors can be mounted on your ceiling or your wall, or they can be portable. Generally, portable projectors will have a lower configuration at a higher price, as the parts need to be miniaturized to make it portable. So if you're sure you do need to move the projector around, go for a portable projector. Otherwise, a fixed projector is a better option for you, both from a picture quality and from a value for money point of view. On the screen, you can see projectors that are portable and the ones that are not. So you can choose accordingly. Lastly, let's discuss the audio quality. Now, if you think TVs have bad audio quality, projectors are even worse. Most of them have only a sound output of 3 to 5 watts, which is insufficient except in very small spaces. It is always recommended to supplement with a soundbar or a home theater system. Lastly, let's discuss pricing, warranty and maintenance. Entry-level projectors are more affordable but lack resolution, brightness or smart capabilities. Depending on the quality you prefer, projectors can range from 10,000 to upwards of a lakh. But generally, they can cost much lower than buying a really large size TV. But they're only able to give you a similar experience only if you dedicate a dark room for viewing. Warranty in general is 1 year. Maintenance involves replacing the projector lamps once their active life is over. Generally, projector life is measured in hours. Higher lamp life means less frequent replacement, increasing the cost of the projectors. Lamp life can be between 10,000 to upwards of 50,000 hours, with LCD projectors having the shortest lamp life, followed by LED projectors, and then the laser projectors being the best with the least maintenance. If you are watching about 4 hours of content per day, then a projector with a 10,000 hours lamp life will last you close to 7 years. Most projectors offer a life much more than that. So with that, let's get to my recommendations for the best projectors. As pricing increases, picture quality gets better as the projector offers better resolution or better brightness or better contrast. At a budget under 10,000, I have 2 recommendations for you. My first recommendation is the X-Electron Wi-Fi M2. With a 10,000 to 1 contrast ratio and a 1080p native resolution with 4K supported resolution, this gives a decent picture quality at this budget. It does include Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and supports streaming from both Android and iOS devices. This variant does not have the capability to stream directly but does need a separate streaming stick to be attached. At a slightly extra price, the next variant of this product has the Android OS with various streaming apps included. My second recommendation is the Zatco UR Plus with a 550 lumens ANSI brightness and a 5000 to 1 contrast ratio. This is a good option in the budget segment. Remember, this does not include Wi-Fi and does not support streaming apps, so you will need an extra streaming stick along with this projector. At a budget under 25,000, I have 2 recommendations for you again. My first recommendation is the Borso BS28 Max. It can project up to 300 inches with a 20,000:1 contrast ratio and 940 ANSI lumens. So it can be used in rooms with moderate ambient light. It also includes Android with major built-in apps for easy streaming directly from the projector. Although many users have complained of the inbuilt Android being slow and lagging and recommend using a streaming stick instead. Now for brighter rooms, you can also go with their higher versions at a higher pricing of up to 35,000. Secondly, I recommend the Zatco Neo projector. It can project up to screen sizes of 250 inches with a 1080p native resolution. It has a much better brightness than the 2 budget models recommended at 650 ANSI lumens. It also includes Android, so streaming directly from the projector is possible easily. If you do intend to use it in a brighter room, then the next variant of the Zatco Neo, the Zatco Alpha X, will be a good option for you, which has a 910 ANSI lumen with 7000:1 contrast ratio and the ability to project larger sizes up to 300 inches. Now lastly, if you want a premium 4K projector, I recommend the LG Cinebeam Q that you see on the screen. This is a 4K laser projector with outstanding contrast ratio of 4.5 lakhs:1. It includes the LG's WebOS for streaming and autofocus and auto screen adjustment as well. This product comes closest to TV quality but has a limited brightness of 500 ANSI lumens. So it is ideal for home theater rooms where lighting can be closely controlled. If you found this video useful, share this video and subscribe to become part of the 99,000 plus community that trusts us with their decision making. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.